Hello and welcome to this video on Cylon anatomy. These machines are more than just robots. They're cybernetic lifeforms, or Cylons for short. And they're not just enemies of humanity, some of them are even human themselves. But what does it really mean to be a Cylon? Are they machines or humans? The answer is a little bit of both. They're machines with human brains, and they're capable of great things, sometimes great evil things. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the anatomy of a Cylon. We'll learn about their strengths, weaknesses, and other things. After all, Cylons are like humans. They're all just trying to survive. So sit back, relax, and let's learn about these fascinating creatures. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. What are the Cylons? How the first Cylons were created? The Cylons are a race of cybernetic lifeforms created by humans in the 12 colonies. They were originally created as servants and laborers, but they eventually achieved sentience and rebelled against their creators. The first Cylons were called Cybernetic Combat Units, or U-87s, and they were created by Dr. Daniel Greystone, a brilliant scientist and CEO of Greystone Industries in the colony of Caprica. Greystone was inspired to create the Cylons by his daughter, Zoe, who had drawn pictures of robots. They were designed to be soldiers, and they were equipped with advanced weapons and armor. The U-87s quickly proved to be effective in battle, and they were soon adopted by the Caprican military. As the Cylons became more sophisticated, they began to question their own existence. They wondered if they were truly free, or if they were simply tools of their human creators. This led to a growing conflict between Cylons and the humans, which eventually culminated in the First Cylon War. Sentience truly is a curse. Anyway, the First Cylon War lasted for over a decade, and it ended with the defeat of the Cylons. The surviving ones were forced to flee the 12 colonies, and they went into hiding. The Cylons are a complex and fascinating race. They are the product of both humans and machines, and they are constantly evolving. Their story is one of conflict, violence, and redemption.
Judgment Day.
Are there any humanoid Cylons? Yes, there are humanoid Cylons. They are a race of cybernetic lifeforms that are indistinguishable from humans, both physically and in terms of their behavior. They were created by the Cylons as a way to infiltrate human society and further their goals. The humanoid Cylons are different from the original Cylons in several ways. First, they are physically indistinguishable from humans. They have human bodies and DNA, and they can even pass for humans in medical examination. They are every human's living nightmare. The original Cylons were robots with metal bodies and glowing red eyes. Also, the humanoid Cylons are capable of independent thought and action. They are not controlled by a central computer system. The original Cylons were controlled by a central computer system and could not think or act for themselves. This makes the humanoid Cylons capable of having a wide range of emotions and having the ability to experience feelings such as love, hate, joy, and sadness. The original Cylons did not have emotions. They were as bland as water. The humanoid Cylons are quite smart and are capable of using advanced technology, including weapons and spacecraft. They are also capable of hacking into computer systems and controlling machines. The original Cylons were not as technologically advanced as the humanoid Cylons. Because of this, the humanoid Cylon have a complex relationship with humans. Some of them are hostile to humans, while others are willing to work with them. The original Cylons were purely hostile to humans. Do they bleed? What are the basic design structures of old Cylons and modern Cylons? Well, the answer is a hard no. They're robots. Come on, you guys. Also, the modern Cylon Centurions differ significantly from their Cylon War-era predecessors. While the older models were known to bleed when injured, the current Centurions do not exhibit this trait. These contemporary models are notably more agile and capable of rapid bipedal movement. They are mostly robotic beings with some organic compounds, so they don't really have a circulatory system or blood. When they are injured, they may leak hydraulic fluid or other fluids, but it's not our dark red blood for sure. In terms of appearance, aesthetics. They have a sleeker design compared to their robotic ancestors and possess a humanoid structure with extended limbs. Their heads are partially encased in armor, and their hands feature 4 long, multi-jointed claws that can retract into more human-like fingers for delicate tasks. Communication among Centurions remains somewhat mysterious. While it is unclear whether they can speak to each other, they likely use a wireless network for internal communications, rendering verbal speech unnecessary. However, they can understand and respond to verbal commands from humanoid Cylons. Some versions of Centurions boast enhanced armor. A group of these Centurions, when boarding the Galactica, proved impervious to standard weaponry and could only be subdued by armor-piercing explosive rounds. On the other hand, certain Centurions appear to be constructed from lighter alloys than their predecessors, making them more vulnerable to colonial firepower. Interestingly, Centurions encountered by Hilo on Caprica exhibited slower reactions, lower intelligence, and were susceptible to small arms fire. However, their purpose in Hilo and Sharon Agathon's ordeal seemed more psychological than physical, suggesting that they were designed to inflict emotional distress. On the contrary, Centurions on Kobol demonstrated increased group intelligence, collaborating to construct an anti-aircraft battery from parts from their heavy raider. Don't you sometimes wish that we as humans were this efficient too?
Sucker for the dark and the light.
Jump!
How are human Cylon hybrids different? Human Cylon hybrids are a rare and unique breed, the product of a union between a human and a Cylon. They are physically indistinguishable from humans, but they possess some of the same technology and cognitive abilities as Cylons. It's only fair that human Cylon hybrids are different from both Cylons and humans in several ways. Firstly, they have sentience. They are capable of independent thought and action, just like humans. The only known human Cylon hybrid is Hera Agathon. She is literally called a miracle of God in her world. Her parents are Carl Hilo Agathon, a human, and Sharon Athena Agathon, a Cylon, both serving as officers on the Galactica. Sharon, who, under the guise of Sharon Boomer Valeri, was assigned by her fellow Cylons to participate in an experiment. This experiment involved manipulating Carl's emotions, causing him to fall in love with her and ultimately impregnate her. Previous efforts, including forced crossbreeding experiments conducted in Cylon farms, had all ended in failure. This led these Cylons to believe that the missing ingredient for successful procreation was genuine love, a concept they held in high regard. After a period of time, Carl and Sharon were finally able to conceive their daughter as a result of this experiment. Hera is a powerful and gifted child. She is able to use both human and Cylon technology, and she has a strong connection to the Cylons. She is also able to see visions of the future, and she has a deep understanding of the conflict between humans and Cylons. She represents a possibility of a new future for both humans and Cylons. She might be a future symbol of peace. Who knows? Cylons have inbuilt guns. Cylon Centurions are equipped with integrated guns within each of their arms, which serve as their primary weapon. These arm-mounted guns have the capability to fire high-velocity, armor-piercing rounds, although the specific caliber is not specified. They possess a remarkable rate of fire, making them highly effective at providing suppressive fire against approaching targets. This feature is notably demonstrated in incidents such as Valley of Darkness and Exodus Part 2. Centurions display the capacity for long-range precision shooting. They can engage and eliminate enemy targets from significant distances, as seen in the instance referred to as Rapture. However, it remains uncertain whether these long-range shots are executed using their arm-mounted guns or if they employ an unseen sniper rifle. During the Cylon attack on the 12 colonies, some Centurions who boarded the Pegasus were observed carrying substantial machine guns in their hands, suggesting a versatile approach to their armament beyond their integrated arm guns. Why do they want to kill their masters? Before we begin, ask yourself, have humans not given them enough reasons to hate them? Make sure to let us know in the comments what you think. Now, the reasons why the Cylons want to kill humans are quite complex, even though these beings themselves think in the simplest of ways. Firstly, fear. The Cylons may fear humans because they see them as a threat to their existence. Humans are biological creatures, and they're capable of emotions and creativity that the Cylons do not understand. This may make the Cylons feel insecure and afraid. shade: hatred. The Cylons may hate humans because of the way they have been treated by them. Humans have enslaved, tortured, and even exterminated Cylons in the past. This may have created a deep-seated hatred in the Cylons that they are now seeking to avenge. After all, you need to fight against oppression at some point. Doesn't matter if you're a robot. Self-preservation. The Cylons may believe that they need to kill the humans in order to ensure their own survival. Humans are a technologically advanced species, and they pose a potential threat to the Cylons. By eliminating humans, the Cylons may believe that they are protecting themselves. Also, some Cylons may believe that they are carrying out a divine mission to destroy humanity. This belief may be based on their own religious beliefs or on the teachings of the final 5 Cylons. Also, some Cylons may simply want revenge on humans for the way they have been treated. They may believe that the only way to achieve justice is to kill as many humans as possible, which we do feel is a little understandable. Kidding. Fighting is bad. We do not support revenge, even though it's a dish best served cold. What is the resurrection of Cylons? Resurrection is the expression used to describe the process by which a Cylon's awareness and memories are retrieved after its body has been decimated. When a humanoid Cylon's body stops working, its mind can be transferred or downloaded into a second humanoid Cylon body, one that was previously devoid of consciousness. The dying Cylon must be close to a resurrection ship or hub in order for them to be revived. Otherwise, they run the danger of losing consciousness forever. It is unclear how exactly a Cylon's mind is transmitted, although it probably uses some sort of wireless technology. The Cylon homeworld, the main resurrection hub, resurrection ships, and planet-based facilities are among the places where resurrection can take place. On occupied Caprica, there could have been a rebirthing facility. There is at least one rebirthing tank at each resurrection station, where a replica body is submerged in an opaque, thick material while waiting to be downloaded. They sound an awful lot like PDFs if you ask us. The Cylons have a substantial tactical edge in battle, thanks to resurrection. They are able to carry out suicide missions fearlessly, use their death as lessons to make better plans, and withdraw to their home base by dying in order to avoid capture, lessen the severity of serious injuries, or communicate crucial information. This capacity gives Cylons the assurance they need to perpetuate their civilization without concern about natural death, which is crucial, given how difficult it is for them to reproduce sexually. Despite the fact that humanoid Cylons appear to be immortal, there are 2 major problems. Repeated downloads can hurt and induce strange symptoms, as one Cavil who complained of persistent headaches discovered. A Cylon's memories might be hacked, damaged, or polluted from the viewpoint of other Cylons, which is a more significant scenario. When this happens, the awareness may be boxed right away, while the new Cylon is in the tank, which would be the equivalent to the death penalty in Cylon culture. Since number 3 is the only recorded instance of an entire model line being boxed, it suggests that this practice is uncommon. It is also obvious that the process of resurrection is not voluntary. Both humanoid Cylons and other Cylons in charge of a resurrection ship are powerless to stop someone from being downloaded, as demonstrated when Sharon Agathon, a suspected traitor, is let to revive. The only way to stop a deceased Cylon from downloading is to relocate the resurrection ship out of range. In the end, human and Cylon politics look alike.
Living beings with the same rights as those who made you. I am going to prophecy now.
What are the civilian Cylons? What do you call a Cylon who doesn't want to fight? A civilian. Jokes aside, civilian Cylon models represent a series of Cylons that were commercially produced by Greystone Industries prior to the onset of the Cylon War. These Cylons were designed with the aim of enhancing daily life on Caprica and throughout the 12 worlds. These civilian Cylons were developed according to Greystone Industries' initial robotic model, the U-87 Cyber Combat Unit. However, they were designed to be smaller and intended for non-army purposes. They were primarily developed as workers in various capacities, including construction, waste collection, childcare, and as personal assistants or household staff. Their integration into society began approximately 4 years after the first major development in Cylon technology. While most of colonial society embraced the presence of Cylons as an improvement to life, questions started to emerge about the rapid introduction and the consequences of these robots. A chat with Cylon creator Daniel Greystone, conducted by Baxter Sarno, expressed concerns about Cylons taking on roles like butlers and nurses, and wondered when they might be introduced as part of family gatherings. Greystone, however, downplayed these concerns regarding Cylons as nothing more than tools. In the virtual realm, civilian Cylon models, alongside their military counterparts, practiced a form of monotheistic worship under the guidance of Clarice Willow. Willow encouraged them to cultivate their own unique culture, while also prophesying emphasizing that the Cylons would eventually revolt against their human creators. Ultimately, these civilian models did indeed rebel against humanity, accumulating ground forces and weaponry, which marked the outbreak of the Cylon War. Despite their original non-military roles, they actively participated in the conflict, serving as ground troops. Marvelous verdict. Cylons are deranged and, well, they raise a lot of interesting questions about the nature of consciousness and artificial intelligence. They make us think about the future, only a few years ahead of us. With this, we've come to an end. We hope you enjoyed this video about the Cylons from Battlestar Galactica. If you did, please like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And don't forget to leave a comment below telling us what you think about this bunch of chaotic creatures. Creatures? Machines? Who knows? Thanks for watching.
We're the ones who let these robots become our servants, our trusted helpers, and even our friends. We let them into our